Good evening, everybody. Julie here, and welcome to the channel. This video is going to be on the Presidents of the United States. This is a book I bought at Ollie's, written by Jody Shepard, that I'm doing, and it just gives a little bitty overview of the Presidents of the United States. A lot of them, they're actually all of them are very interesting. But a lot of them I was not familiar with, even though I know their names. I just didn't really know anything about them. And a lot of people don't, you know, may know the names, but they don't really know the people. And we hear a lot of things about the people, and that's another thing that may not fit who the person really was. So I wanted to do this series to bring attention to all of that and to say a little bit about each. And they're so interesting. I've learned so much about them and their wives. It's just really, they were interesting people. They worked hard and tried to make a difference in the country. So tonight, we're going to get started with the 20th President of the United States, James A. Garfield. He was born November 19th, 1831 in Ohio. He served in 1881. His vice president was Chester A. Arthur. His wife, Lucretia, and they had 7 children, 2 who died as infants. And he died in 1881. Did you know Garfield was the first left-handed president? Garfield's mother lived in the White House with Garfield, his wife, and their 5 children, 4 boys and 1 girl, ages 9 through 19. James A. Garfield was a smart man who spoke Latin and Greek. He could also write with both hands. Sometimes he showed off by writing Latin with one hand and Greek with the other. Garfield believed in education for all children. He also believed in civil rights. As president, he appointed a former slave, Frederick Douglass, to an important government job. Garfield was president for less than a year. In those days, political jobs usually went to people who had voted for the president instead of people who were the best qualified. Garfield wanted to change this. Not everyone agreed with him. An angry job seeker shot the president, who died a few months later. So now some of this may be a little repetitive, but this was some of the things that I looked up on Google about James A. Garfield. He was known for his brief presidency and assassination, known for his commitment to civil service reform, and his effort to modernize the government. He had a distinguished career as a Union general in the Civil War and a 9-term congressman. He came from humble beginnings. He was assassinated by Charles Gittier, a disgruntled office seeker, on July the 12th, 1881, and he died from complications from his injuries 2 months later on September 19th, 1881. He was the last president to be born in a log cabin and the first to campaign in 2 languages, English and German. Also known for his intellectual abilities and being able to write in Latin and Greek simultaneously. He was attracted to one of his classmates, Lucretia Rudolph, at the Geauga Seminary, whom he later married. In his late teens, he underwent a religious awakening, which led to him being born again. March 4th, 1850, when he was baptized in the icy waters of the Cagrin River, and he had a regular preaching circuit. He was a very good president, trying to get some things done, even though it was only a couple months. He was he seemed to be very well received. His wife they had a very tumultuous wedding at first because they were apart so much between his being in the Civil War, and his being in the government, which he did have some affairs on her. But when their first baby died, they really just bonded. It just really made them grow together, and they got to where they just worked so well together. She actually really helped him a lot after he became president. She really went to get the history of the White House and wanted to put that kind of stuff in the White House. So she really worked hard to make sure the White House was what it should be. She was very big on gathering all his paperwork, everything he did, and she created the first presidential library for him in his name. She had all his papers and she worked very hard. She helped him do things to get elected. They had, I can't remember what they're called. They were meetings where people could meet the candidate and everything. So, but she was very instrumental in helping him. And she was also, the minute she found out, when he was assassinated, she had malaria and she had been better, but he sent her, or bought a house in New Jersey for her to recuperate and start to get stronger. She was there when he was assassinated, immediately went to him and stayed by his bedside the whole time with him, to be with him, and was there, had a lot of sympathy from a lot of people for being there. Um, Another just strong first lady that was really, really instrumental in helping them with some of their political career. Um, so that's it. That's a little bit about Garfield. Um, he was a very, very good president, I think. So even though he was short, he didn't really have time to do anything, but that's it. That's it, folks. That's all I got to say on that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Do all the things that will help get the channel out there. Don't forget, we're reading the Bible in chronological order, with the Bible recap as our guide. All of my videos are streamlined in playlists now, so you can find things easier. So make sure to check out some of the videos. Again, thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.